So what did they do? They put a box around that shit. They charge motherfuckers to come beat it.
I ain't agree.
Yeah. Fantasy and Color Podcast.
He does
always do that.
Every episode.
Fantasy and Color Podcast. We abruptly just start recording the shit. How's everybody doing? I'm Rob Ayala.
I'm Kadeem Phillip.
I'm Vicente Matos.
I usually say we have a very special guest, but like he just said, everybody give it up. Welcome to the show, Vicente Matos.
Yay!
Christy, can you give us a couple of claps so we can add to the... All right,
there we go.
Thank you.
Yeah, I get them sound bites going.
How's it going?
It's good. Chilling. Just got here from work.
All right. So the good thing is you've heard a few of these episodes before, right?
Yeah.
So you know what to expect. So what we usually like to start with is tell us about your exploration. Yeah, that was a siren. That's how we do it. It's the Bronx.
In the Bronx.
Yeah, somebody just died. But check it out. Give us your journey into art as early as it start. Look, she can't be doing this.
No.
Little fucking tramp, right?
Rebecca.
Give us your history into art. When did you first fall in love with art? Give us your history and bring us up to present.
Started out as a kid, man. Just I get it from my mother. Like she's an artist.
Okay.
So as long as I could
Painter?
remember, I was drawing it. Nah, like I don't
Just
know any
sketches?
of her work before that. She used to like fashion stuff.
Okay.
The old stuff I saw, and now
funny.
she just does like arts and crafts things.
Got you.
My mom used to do
A beast at doing that
fashion
shit.
stuff.
Okay.
So I just always been drawing since a kid. So it started off like any other kid, like superhero shit. So drawing Batman, drawing a bunch of Sonic and Sonic the Hedgehog, then Ninja Turtles.
And just it's very important for people listening. You're a 80s baby, 90s baby.
80s born, 90s raised.
Exactly. Same here.
Yeah, 90s. Just 90s.
You're born in 90.
I was born
Cause they
in
want to be an 80s baby so bad.
I'm fine. I was just
80s baby.
born in 90s, raised in 90s. Pretty much.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So just been doing that. Then like once around junior high school, started drawing. Got really into like Dragon Ball Z. Started drawing that all the time.
Okay.
Then my brother put me on to graffiti.
Okay.
And I started drawing that. I
And
did
where you
that
from?
throughout high school, Queens.
Queens. Okay. Shout
So
it out.
Been just drew that for like years. All in high school, like that's what I was known for. Then I watched this documentary called I think it was called Rock Fresh, and it introduced this graph artist called Kofi One.
Okay.
And like his style was basically what I got my style from today, like what y'all see me do at the show.
Okay.
And then since then, like that.
What do you mean
showed,
as far as like line work and
Yeah.
stuff? Okay.
Because that kind of showed me like I don't have to keep doing letters and sticking to this one thing. I can expand it while still maintaining the same elements.
Got you.
So then I started just fucking with that repeatedly, and then just became like I just made it my style. I'm like, because that's always been a big thing for me as an artist is your style. Like people need to just be able to look at your work and know it's yours.
Right.
I don't gotta read the title. Like with your style and Kadeem's style, like I can walk into the shows and be like, I know which work is y'all.
Yeah.
I don't gotta look at it. You don't gotta tell me the name. I don't need to look at that. I
And
know what it is.
how long do you like? Okay, when you first met us, by the second time you saw our work, you knew it was us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
And that's-
yours is too, because yours like you have a very unique style from everyone. And then I started realizing his style like after two shows.
Yeah.
Then I started noticing, alright, that's his work.
So how long into, you said you started when you were a kid.
Yeah.
When did you discover that new style you said with the line? How long did it take?
Being like 18.
Okay. So look, that
And then,
people don't-
and then I
it
wasn't
takes that long
yeah.
sometimes. You
And
know?
even then I wasn't like, that wasn't where I was really going. I'm like, that's dope. And then I started getting more into graphic design. I started learning that shit because I'm like, if you want to make money, if you want to have a 9 to 5 as an
All right,
artist.
real quick, everybody does it. When you bang the table, it comes up in the mic. Everybody does it. No one else. Not everybody. We all do it.
So like,
I still learning.
started learning graphic design, so I kind of stemmed away from the graffiti stuff and the drawing and tagging and all that. And then when I would doodle, I would fuck with that style and experiment.
Okay.
And then basically I started taking.
I'm
it
immature. I
seriously.
want to make a doodle joke.
I swore he said it, but I know.
He said, doodle. But so I'm never gonna grow up past that.
Yeah.
That comes
I
natural.
feel like we
So
need
go
to
ahead.
let
My
you get
bad.
that out your system.
My bad. Go ahead.
So then that was it. It was just I went from there. I didn't start showing my work to the world though till I met Yvette.
So
Oh, wow.
when you did the show, that was the
When I
first
did
time.
that, that's the first time I ever put it out there for the public.
Oh,
to see.
okay.
wow.
So that brings up and when was that? How long ago was that now for people?
That'd be
I'm acting like I don't know. I know. I'm
Like
just
2
for
years
people
ago,
that don't
maybe?
know. Yeah, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
All right. So how would you describe? Because you said what you were inspired by, but in words, how would you describe now that you have your style? You've been doing it for a while. In your recent stuff you did, I told you, I think
The
is
portrait,
even a
right?
new direction that you should kind of stay at. But how would you describe your style for people that may not have seen your work? And also, real quick, shout out your Instagram so that if somebody's listening, they could actually.
So it's at Big V887.
Okay, so they can watch while they're listening. So go ahead.
My style basically it's very geometric, and basically it's like futurism. So, cause then I started looking up into that because I heard the Kofi One artist explain where he got his style from.
Yeah.
So then I started looking back and seeing how it, I'm like, oh, I see where the similarities go, and it's like that. So honestly, it's hard for me to explain because I don't really think too much when I create.
And what are your
Just
tools, if you don't mind?
I just use ruler and markers, paint
So
markers.
everything
or
is
pens.
marker and pens.
Yeah,
Damn, bro.
I never felt.
You start off with
comfortable
pencil, right?
Nah. I go
So that's no pencil.
no pencil.
It's always been pen?
It's just I go straight to from pen or paint. I go straight to the final put down. If I'm sketching a character,
Yeah.
like with the portraits, then I'll start off with pencil. But if it's just like my style and the design, straight to just to the point.
So every line you
Yeah.
can't do it over. Every line
With
has
the paint,
to
it's easier because you could just go over with
Right.
the markers. So
Okay.
it's easier. But with pen, it's like I just blacken it out and find a way to keep the shit
Incorporate
going.
it.
Was that always your go-to pen and marker?
Pen and marker. Even when I was like drawing the graffiti stuff and drawing characters in school,
Yeah.
like if I fucked up, toss the paper out, start all the way from the
But you
beginning.
do paint too, though, right? Or no?
I don't do like with paintbrush and shit.
Everything that we've seen has been
It's always
pen
been
and
marker.
marker.
That's crazy.
Cause some of your only
Some of the
cause
blending though, like I'll use my thumb and stuff, or some
Okay.
things I'll use a paintbrush for.
the
but
Beanie Siegel is no paint.
it's all paint marker though. It's
I
all
mean,
paint.
okay,
paint
paint
marker.
marker.
Yeah.
I feel like I always do this, which I realize is bad when I listen back. But I always go like reference to let's look at shit. But I know people.
Right.
But I don't care a little bit. So I still want to look at some of your art.
Because you got a red joint that you did when you got the shadow and it was like,
Oh, the coqui. That's the coqui. The Taino coqui.
right. And I remember it was the red with the shadows.
Yeah, it was kind of reverse. So
And you did all that, but like.
So the purple that's all marker.
Yeah, that's all paint
Paint
marker.
pen. Yeah, okay.
paint pens, Molosols.
All the black too.
Yeah, everything.
So it definitely takes a lot of color. All that.
yeah.
That means it's like a lot of time consuming almost.
Yeah, that's why it's hard for me to like do two paintings.
You
for
go through a
show.
lot of paint pens too.
Yeah, nah, some of them last pretty long. The black is what I go through the most. 'Cause that's always
Right.
the go-to color I use.
Do you fill your own? You know, there's a way you can fill your own paint pens with just paint.
I've looked into that because
Yeah.
I've seen it asked about these specific brands.
'Cause it's cheaper for you.
And the dude was like, "You really wouldn't do it because it fucks with the marker overall with that pump system that they got."
Because it's not the same
Yeah.
paint. Okay.
They say he's like, it could fuck with that and it fucks with your tips and shit.
Pause. Who's your favorite artist?
I don't. Favorite artist gotta be like. I don't have like a number one would be that Kofi One dude because that's like
Okay.
what really had an impact.
And this is I'm talking about everybody. Like even.
Oh, I've never been
all-
into like fine like Picasso.
You're not into that kind of shit?
I never. I appreciate the work,
Yeah.
but it did nothing for me. Like
So
I
you
hated
more of a-
art.
you
Like I
consider
went to
yourself a
art
street
school.
artist?
I went to art school, so like having to learn that shit. It just for me it was I always looked at it as like. This is what they did then, but I don't relate to these.
You like
dudes.
graph? I mean, not
I like
street.
graph.
You consider yourself a graph artist?
Nah, I never made it past the toy phase. Like I never like made it big. or anything
No, but
like
not
that.
even-
But I've always just felt I've always related more to it because I'm like the artists that did it. Like they look like me. They're
Yeah.
from the same hoods I'm from.
Exactly.
So I can relate more to them.
Gotcha.
I'm like I can't relate to Da Vinci. Like I don't fucking relate to him. Like we're from totally
Yeah.
different time periods. While I respect what he did, I'm like I don't relate. Like I'd rather learn about someone who's doing it big now.
Gotcha.
I don't give a shit about what he did
Yeah.
back then. Like that's cool.
But
yo.
I still challenge you to open your mind up to
Oh no,
give it to
I
some shit.
have all the books and all that. Like I went to school, I learned all of it. There's certain
Yeah.
things I do like, but it just never
There's nothing.
radiated with me the
There's
way.
nothing about Dali you like, Salvador Dali. You don't like his paintings.
I like him, but it's never like give me that. Oh,
I
my
got you,
God.
I got you.
Right.
I respect it, I like it, but it's not something that's just always been like how other artists like. Yeah, I've been so inspired by
That's some. I think
Rembrandt
that's
and
a first take
I'm
we've
just
heard.
not-
It.
Yeah.
I'm not into, I just
You know
never
what's
been into
interesting?
it.
It's like the flip of like even with a past episode like Kyrie.
Yeah.
It's a flip because it's like
Oh,
Kyrie
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
lives within that
Yeah.
realm. And it's like he
What the
flipped
fuck is that? The Ghost of Christmas Past?
No, that would be the movie.
This is just a regular fixture.
You should have a segment, like give her own segment.
You might have to give her a drop.
She gets it every
Yeah.
fucking time.
She takes it. But it's interesting because Kyrie so lives within that type of style and that type of time that you just like, I'm into now. I'm more into
Yeah,
like,
because
that
that's how
modern.
I've always viewed it. I'm like, okay, this is cool. Like, I'm glad to see where it's all at. But you're not, you're just telling us about this person. Okay, that's fine and all. And it's great to see that these artists, painted these great murals and all that. But how does that relate to us now?
Right.
Are you
You know,
familiar
tell-
with our debate about modern art that we've had
Oh
on the
no,
show?
I've had debate with my art teachers at the MoMA. We went to one, I'll never forget it. Me in the class and a few of my boys that were in the class. So we go to this, display, and it's just dirty napkins. So I straight up asked, I was like, "What is this garbage?"
Yeah.
I told her, I said, "What is this garbage?" And I'm like, "Why is this display?"
That's that Leo a little
I'm
bit.
like, when I can, and then my boy was like, "Yo, I got a T-shirt at home that has more stains on it. Why can't I bring that and have it displayed?"
Yeah.
And we argued the point. I'm like, this ain't art. I'm like, this is just. And then I realized it's like, there's a lot of artists out there who are, I don't give a fuck, I'm gonna say, are fucking trash.
Yeah.
They are absolute fucking trash. But they're themselves are very interesting people. So they can come
As
up
a
with
person, you
a
mean,
convoluted, which I feel a lot of it is a convoluted bullshit. About story behind the artwork to make everyone go, ooh, that's
Yeah.
amazing. At the end of the day, it's not like that. I'm like, because
Exactly.
there's no way I'm the only artist in the world who does shit just because it looks dope.
And that's what Kyrie was saying too
Yeah.
a little bit about people that just about some modern art, and I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
I think what our argument is like we just mourn about the title, but of course we know a lot of modern art people skate by because the fucked up part about it, we could get mad about it, but the word art is very freely and
It is.
and it is subjective.
I kind of
to-
chalk it up sometimes to hit like the rap game.
Oh, just music in general.
It's become too open. Like I feel like a lot of it has become as great as it is that everyone can be involved now. I think there needs to be a little takeaway where it's like, you know what? Nah, we're gonna limit some memberships now.
Yo, Vicente said,
that's
fuck open arms to everybody. Nigga.
Nigga, this
Like we're gonna open.
He said we might have to get some of that yellow tape back out.
Yeah.
He's like, nah, fuck that tape, nigga.
No, but
But then you
I
get an oversaturation.
hear what you're
and
saying
then-
anyway. But you're
Yeah,
talking about people
sure.
that are like wasting time. Like I think we even mentioned Eva Santana. There's people that she said will just put bullshit up. They just want to be in the show. They just want to be.
I've seen that at Fantasy and Color where I've even when the artists I've spoken to would I'm not gonna put anyone out there.
Yeah.
But like they even said like, oh, I just put this whatever because I just wanted to be a part of it.
Yeah.
And I get that, but I'm
Why
like,
do y'all think that is? Let's touch on that. That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So we're saying that people that artists that maybe not taking their craft 100% serious, they kind of just want to be a part of the scene. So
Right.
they'll do like. And not dissing nobody, but we're just saying maybe some people are doing lackluster, mediocre shit.
Yeah.
Only because they're not putting it all into doing something better. They're not taking
like
it that
I've had
serious.
I'm like, yo, why? And they're like, I just didn't. Some of them are still students, or like I didn't have the time, but I want to get out here and see what and be a part of
Yeah.
it, just to get a feel
Sometimes
for it.
it's-
But what do you think about that?
Because I would have never done that when I
think
was in school.
It's the
Never.
one to know. And sometimes you want to be a part of some shit. Like you hear some shit bubbling, you like, damn, I need.
But what do you think about that? About coming with something that's not
I
necessarily.
think if it's their first time, it's cool.
Let's be real. Have you ever? But yours is different because you said we know that you really just started showing your art. Kadeem, have you showed art that you knew wasn't up to par in a show?
Yeah,
In your career?
though.
No.
But yeah.
He got a little bit, no. But I just meant in your art.
No,
career.
like, yeah, and I probably think more towards the beginning of me really getting involved and getting out here.
And why
like,
did you do it? Because you just wanted to be the same reason?
I never played the game just to want to be a part. I just knew if there's one thing I knew I had strong was a network ability early.
But I meant specifically if a piece you had that you knew wasn't
I would
good.
try. Like I've done pieces to make sure I'm part of stuff because my mind is to make a connection that night. It's like if I'm doing something to rush, it's like it's not the idea of really getting it seen and
Got
like,
it.
getting crazy.
So you mean something that you might have rushed?
I've rushed some things before, but now my mentality is not to rush because I still I go into the mentality of I want to be the best piece that night.
Yeah,
Like,
none of your work is ever rushed because your style can be
You
rushed.
can't rush it.
I can't rush it. And
Shit
even
wouldn't
then,
even-
though,
it wouldn't even
like
be
I
your
could
style.
rush. I could rush and put some bullshit just together, but I don't. For
You don't
me,
wanna put bullshit out.
My ego won't let me fucking put bullshit out because
That's
it's
that
like.
Leo ego.
Nah, seriously. There's times I do graphic
Yeah.
work for people, and what I learned is sometimes you just gotta give people what the fuck they ask for, even though it's like
Yeah.
they're asking for something really just ridiculous. And I just straight up tell them, like, yo, don't attach my name to that.
So let's talk about that. I don't think you mentioned that you do graphic art, right?
Yeah.
Did
He mentioned it.
Okay.
He said he learned graphic art, but he
So-
said he
Yeah,
still
because
So-
I like went to art school. I didn't go to any like the prestigious ones like SVU or FIT like that, but I
you went to Catherine Gibbs with Kyrie? That's what he went. He really went there.
That was like the best art school at one point.
That sound like some fucking.
And I remember like y'all spoke about like in the perspective like art school students and
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
But I feel like at least my experience is honestly, I don't feel art should be something you're graded on. I feel like what art school should be teaching you is honestly first and foremost your tools. Teach you like what's the difference between a 2B and a 2H. And learn that for a whole goddamn semester.
Yeah.
And learn that and implement it and whatever. You can grade it based on how much effort someone's putting into it. But learn that and then like let people develop their styles. Because I remember going through school and I'm like, everyone's work looks the same.
Because they're learning the same how to do it the same
I'm like,
way.
but no one's just flipping it and making their own shit.
That's why, to be honest with you, I think you make a point, but I would flip it. I don't think that, honestly, I don't think you should be able to. So put it like this: when you put your art out, right, and you go to a school,
Yeah.
somebody's telling you, giving you a model, right, of what to. That's kind of how they teach it most of the time,
Yeah.
right? Like, okay, I think that part should be out of it. I think, if anything, let people create how they're gonna create. That's how you get original art.
Yeah.
But what you should teach is the business of art.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
That's
That should be the
what-
next
that's
step.
what art school should
But I
be.
meant like, so you see
That's
people's
true.
Ways
styles,
people can
but
make money.
I think learning the tools though is most foremost the most important thing, because then you can teach people, yo, if you want to get this look, here's
Yeah.
how you would do it, and this is the tools you would use to do that. Because then at that point, I'm not telling you and grading you like you need to paint like this style, and because you didn't paint like this style, you get an F. It teaches you like, here's your style, you stick to your style, but here's how if you want to get this with your style, you go this route.
Yeah.
That's what
And
I'm saying.
business should be like networking and all that should be taught
Right.
to you.
So when you said like school for art, I feel like that would be a course. Like, you gotta work the first year, second year. It's like as you enter that artist
Maybe
course-
nowadays.
No, I said that would be the ideal artist course. It's like
Yeah.
the first year you're learning
Your
the
tools.
tools. The second year you're learning your business. The third
Exactly.
year you're learning like the foundation. Like that would be awesome if each semester was like a different learning. It's
Yeah.
like a 2 year. It's like a 2
The
year
business
course.
is way more. Listen,
I feel like the business though should come last
Right, 'cause you're gonna need to
you want
retain
to learn
it
your
most.
tools first and learn your style, get your shit going, and by that time you should have a basic idea of where you want to go, which is another thing I think they should teach and implement more. At least when I was there, was here's the ways you can go with your art, and let me show you like how you can network, what sites to go on. And I kind of had a class like that in college. Luckily, my teacher was very cool. Like he had basically a one-on-one session with everyone. And basically say, yo, I think you should apply to this based on what work you brought in. And that was helpful, but I still think like, when I was in school, that was still the basics of social media really coming up.
Yeah.
Like MySpace was still popping. Facebook wasn't really popping like that yet. You still had to be a college student to join.
exactly.
So I think this day and age, honestly, is like a social media, like networking class needs to be a must.
Yeah. But honestly, to be like you said, as far as tools, that is important. But guess what's gonna always happen? People are gonna figure out how to make dope art, whether they go to school or not. Like you said, you're not into a lot of other artists, but the best motherfuckers in the world aren't the best motherfuckers in the world because they went to school.
No, I know that. I'm just saying, if you do go, this is the way to learn that.
No, yeah, but I feel like if you're going to college for art, shouldn't you already be good at art by then and have skills?
No, I don't mean college wise. I meant like high school and stuff.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. I thought we were talking about college.
I
No,
put it
no.
in college terms, but in
I was thinking
I'm talking
college
about high
terms, too.
school. No, by college you should be.
No, you're right. Now high school.
That's true.
Yeah, that's it. Nah, exactly.
No, then you're 100% right.
Yeah.
That shit should be perfect for high school.
Yeah.
Like I've never been one. Like I wasn't. I was basically self-taught myself also. Like I didn't draw fruit. I don't find fruit interesting. I'm not gonna sit there and draw fruit.
Right.
It's boring to me. I'm not the type of person who can draw something just for the sake of learning. Like if I don't like what I'm drawing, then I'm not gonna draw it.
Yeah.
Enough fucking artsy for a second, just for a second, because let's keep it interesting. We talk music a lot when we're at the shows, right? We have a little interesting powwow debates.
Last one we had, it was interesting.
So just as a recap, what's your favorite shit? Like what's your top three joints from shit you grew up with, like that you like? Get a feel for what your flow is.
Hip hop wise,
you might like Jamiroquai or some shit. I don't know.
Hip hop wise, nah, cause I like all sorts of music, like from Spanish music to rock and roll.
Well, whatever defines you. What's your?
I like in my high school, I listened to a lot of underground hip hop. So that was like this group called Nonfiction. There was Jedi Mind Tricks, and like of course I listened to Big Pun, Wu-Tang, Nas, Mobb Deep, all that. And then there was a sprinkle of like the commercial southern shit that came up like when I was in high school, like Little John and them.
You was fucking with the crunk movement?
I'm not gonna front it. What tracks I like?
Yeah,
it was
definitely.
Just ill vibing out tracks, like.
It was. I'm the kind of person when it comes to music where anything has a chance for me to fuck with it if it catches my ear and I like it. It's not like certain people don't fuck with like certain shit if it's certain people only like boom bap hip hop.
Yeah.
If it sounds like some 808 clap south, they don't even like that shit. If the hats is busy,
I've listened to hip hop
like
from different countries. Yeah. Like I don't know what they're saying, but I love the sound of it, and especially because of the beat wise. I'm like, what always interests me is like when it's a different country, it's like they're gonna take samples from their culture, so it might be a sound they come up with that I've never fucking heard before.
So let's bring us to today's music. What do you think of current state of hip hop music?
That's I'm not too crazy about it.
You can speak your truth.
Not too crazy about it. Like for me personally, it's not really my vibe. I'm not into the drug user music.
Yeah.
I think it's too.
You
much
like drug seller music?
Yeah, I'd rather the drug dealer music.
Okay.
That'd be fun.
But you know, I know.
Do you like anything new? Just so you know, when you officially don't like anything new, that's when you're officially old.
Yeah, I liked what's that dude, Denzel Curry?
Yeah, Denzel Curry.
I like his shit. I thought it was dope.
I keep telling your ass.
Yeah.
I keep telling your ass. Listen.
As far as I don't know how new. I don't think they're necessarily new. They probably been out for like 10 years.
No, yeah. I just meant not when you grew up, not the 90s.
Like Hobson, Jaron Benson. Mm-hmm. I started listening to a lot of their shit because I just like that raw lyricism.
Okay. Yeah, it seems like you like your taste is more underground.
like M's new album. I like that sound. I like that raw
that fits
lyricism.
way better than
I'm just
Revival.
getting.
So you
everyone.
fuck with Eminem's new album?
Yeah, I fuck with it.
Yeah,
I mean, it tapers. There was some tracks in there that I'm like, I feel like they were just thrown in there because I gotta fill in space.
Yes.
Filler, yeah.
That's my only.
Like the last two,
I'm
I'm like, this don't relate to the rest of the vibe of the album.
Bro. The Venom track, of course, I'm not really. I don't feel like.
Yeah,
that's
I felt like that was
weird.
really just thrown in there. Like,
but he has like a big production video to that.
I know, but it's still like it just felt like, oh, Sony paid me. Let me just throw it on
exactly.
Out. But in the last two tracks, and maybe Normal, because Normal fucked up the flow in the beginning.
Yeah.
Because you had the Lucky You had the Ringer, you had all that shit.
See, you good, nigga. I don't know his songs by track titles.
Oh, I know. Every album I listen to, I remember.
No,
the tracks.
see, I'm not very good on track titles all the
I
time
remember
either.
them instantly.
For shit that I like a lot. But Eminem shit was okay. But listen, one thing when I listen to it, he could rap his ass off still.
See, that's what I'm a fan of because I'm like, I always felt like when you're an MC and you're gonna come in with that vibe, like you should want to be known as the nastiest fucking spitter. And the moment you hear someone who got more of a buzz, you should be like, fuck that, I'm gonna out rap this.
So you like Kendrick,
too.
right?
I do like Kendrick. There's sometimes like some of his albums like I listen to, and then I'm like, there'll be like that commercial track that was clearly made to be a commercial track, and that blows me off.
Okay.
Sometimes. So then
well,
I just
Kendrick,
won't listen.
I don't hear that too much.
Poetic Justice might have been one.
No, I like that one.
That wasn't that was a good
King Kunta in the house like
you
that.
Thought that was
nah, that was funky.
When I was lit, it was funky, but when the vibe I was already catching from certain songs, like that sound threw me off where it came.
I got you.
But that album threw a lot of people off for a lot of different reasons.
There's a lot of throw-offs in that.
But like my favorite track was like How Much Is a Dollar Cost? Like I had that on repeat because I'm like that's a
Ron
real
Isley
fucking
at the end.
story.
Yep.
I think Complicated is one of my. Is that Loving You?
Loving You is Complicated. You.
Yeah. That's one of my favorite joints.
That song hits me every
That's one of my favorite
And
joints.
like I fuck with some Drake stuff. I'm not a huge fan, but there's some stuff where like I listen to. I'm like I can see why people give him the credit they give him.
Nah, Drake
I give him as a
he's
music
good.
artist.
Yeah, he's good.
You can't fuck with him.
Can't
But
fuck.
as like when people try to say, "Oh, he's nasty on the mic," I'm like I can hear it, but I don't think he always puts that much effort into that.
Yeah. But I mean, you know what it is? Because he's so versatile, it's like he has to something has to sacrifice.
Yeah, and I like versatility because there's artists I listen to who I'm like, they can like there's this group called Mayday. They're signed to Tech Nine's label.
This nigga knows a lot of underground motherfucking hip
that's
hop.
mainly what I fuck with. But they're not. Like,
I know Mayday.
They're very like they're a hip hop band, so their
Okay.
sound switches. They sing, they rap, so it switches, and I respect all that.
Okay.
I just don't like when it's like someone they give people so much praise on their lyrics, and it's like you listen to it, and I'm like, this is just simple.
You like J.
ABC.
Cole?
I like J. Cole.
Okay.
I like his stuff. Not everything, but I've heard stuff where I'm like, yo, I like that.
What is it about J. Cole, right? That I feel like kind of everybody kind of says. Everybody knows that he's nice, but is there something not missing? I don't even want to say missing. What is it that makes J. Cole not like fully Kendrick or fully Drake or fully?
I think he keeps, honestly, I feel like he keeps his shit more underground. Like, maybe he's not looking to get
I
their
wasn't
fame
even saying
level.
that part, but I was saying I think it's more production.
To be
Because
really
you know
true.
why? When you hear him on other people's shit, he kills it. Like the Pablo boat with Royce, he killed
Oh,
that.
yeah,
Out of
yeah.
Mind shit killed
Because
it.
he does a lot of his own production.
Right. So I think
You don't like his
honestly,
production, or not as much? You want him to have?
I like
do
his
some
production
tracks.
on some tracks,
Yeah.
but I don't think his whole album.
Yeah.
I feel like he's
yeah.
one of those MCs that's always gonna be like, yo, he's a dope MC, but his beat choices aren't always the great. Like a Nas,
Yeah.
where they're nasty MCs, but their beat choices.
But we don't agree with the Nas thing, right?
I
With the
don't
beats.
fully agree, man. I feel like there's a lasting.
Nas has
lingering
classic
effect.
beats.
I feel like there's a
He
lasting
had classic
lingering
production from
effect
classic
from like
producers,
Nostradamus.
you know?
That Nostradamus album.
There's still
always-
shit on that album that's dope though.
But I
Yeah.
feel like some of the beats was so off, like on that album.
There was some off ones, like
that people.
the Timberland shit didn't work.
What's
Oh,
the
Me?
price? Oh my, I hate that song so much.
I hate it, but I like it too though. There's nothing about it you like?
Buy me 48. 48 is like the money you spend. Nah, I can't fuck with them.
You didn't like it at the time?
At the time, I was a kid when it came out, so I was like 7, so I was just dancing to kind of like the beat of it.
You were
like,
7 when motherfucking no, you
Right.
wasn't.
I was like, what time? What year Nostradamus came out?
when Nostradamus came out.
I feel like that's not
It
even.
had to be
That's the one
2000
that-
something.
That's 2000, so I was 10.
The I Know I Can track on it?
No, I know I can't.
No, that's
it's
still
after
Matter.
that.
That's still Matic.
Yeah.
Yo, so you don't like none of the Lils?
I like some of Lil Wayne shit. That's it.
This nigga said Lil Wayne. No.
Nah,
The
like
new
all the
Lils.
new Lils, nah, I've never liked.
You don't like
I
Lil
can vibe
Yachty?
to them. I could vibe like in a social setting.
All right, so who do you like the most out of the new Lils? Who can you vibe to the most out of the new Lils?
I like Lil Yachty shit. I could vibe to that.
Lil Lottie.
Lil Boat
Lil Boat.
is actually pretty
Nah, his new album is dope.
Yeah, that's his
The new album. What's the new album is Lil Boat 2 or is it his whole
I
new
feel like
name?
it's Lil Boat too. It is Lil Boat.
Whatever his latest project is dope. We're gonna get into new music, but matter of fact, let's get into new music. Have you heard anything new recently that dropped like the last 2-3 weeks?
You know what's funny though? I would feel like
Two
he'd be an
last 2-3
action.
weeks?
I feel
No.
like he'd be an action.
You don't like Action Bronson?
I do like action. Like
And you
I
from
haven't heard his
Queens?
new joint yet. so I
Yeah,
wanna
it's
hear it.
dope. I want to live with it. Let's always preference this. Any album that we about to talk about just really came out last week,
Yeah.
so
I'm still living with
yeah,
it.
you gotta live with all
I
of
just
it.
came to like my summer album feels.
Some albums I didn't even get to hear the entire, like a
Right.
few that
I
we
just
spoke about.
I ain't finished
I
the
just
Styles
got
joint.
Joel Ortiz's new joint.
He had
dropped
dropped
it
it.
with Apollo Brown.
When?
It just came out like last.
I didn't get the note. I don't see that. It's not on title.
It's called.
I saw
It's
it.
new. Just called
I didn't hear it
Melissa.
yet.
Oh, I'm gonna check that out.
Oh,
check that.
I like Apollo Brown's production.
No, so
I always like
you know
Joel.
what's dope right now? Freddie Gibbs and Currency has an album with Alchemist.
Oh word! I gotta check that
Fetty,
out.
Yo,
Sick.
Kenny Gibbs.
I'm mad because I feel like when we go, I'm gonna play some when we hang up. I mean, when we finish up. I said when we hang
I
up.
like Alchemist production.
Yo,
Alchemist is one of my favorite producers.
Yeah.
All right, let's do this. We never did this on the show
Favorite
yet.
producers?
Let's do top 5 favorite producers.
That's hard, man.
Did we give Christy an honorable mention? Always lurking in the back. Always lurking, never working.
Never work.
Always working, always lurking. That's the better thing.
Hi
Damn.
guys, I'm here.
Yeah,
I'm
so-
always here.
Who wants to go first?
I gotta. Oh, my first one. I don't know. I know particular.
Wait.
I can go first. I got mine.
Let's go sit there.
I got mine though.
Yeah.
I know
Okay.
mine.
Go ahead.
And obviously, I'm probably gonna leave out somebody I love, but I'm honestly gonna say, and not in particular order. Kanye West,
Okay.
Alchemist. All right. Okay. No bullshit. Let's just say favorite producer. I was gonna say like. Let me not make it too deep. I'm trying to make excuses. Okay. Kanye West, Alchemist, Timbaland, Pharrell. I feel like I gotta have one more, like maybe boom bap-ish. Okay, Kanye, Alchemist.
Right.
Those are two like sample based.
Right.
Then you got Pharrell and Timbaland. Those are your
That's that Virginia
musical
sound.
Virginia, yeah. Not even Virginia sound. They
Yeah.
can give you any sound you want. Both of them.
Future, most
Future
futuristic.
sounds, yeah. My fifth is going to be. Who's gonna be my fifth? If y'all want to chime in, I can think about my fifth.
I know.
I mean,
It's
y'all can
hard for
start
me.
with y'all. Just at least start the list.
All right. For me, on
That's my
mine,
four.
I'm gonna put no particular order.
Yeah, no particular.
Ninth Wonder.
Okay.
I'm gonna put.
But Alchemist and Kanye smashing, man. But even I love Mike Wonder. But yes, that's a fact.
Yeah, but I feel
But no,
like-
let me hear the rest of
yeah.
your list. Let me hear the rest of your list.
I have definitely Pharrell Nerd. That Nerd. I'm
Yeah.
gonna put Nerd because Nerd NERD. That was really like me finding myself as a kid.
Yeah.
That NERD type of time. So
That's the same.
Pharrell,
You could say
Nerd.
Pharrell
I felt
slash Nerd. Same
Pharrell
shit.
slash Nerd. I'm definitely putting Timbaland because like Aaliyah, Missy Elliott, all that stuff sounded
Yeah.
so out of its time.
Yeah.
Personally, for me as a kid growing up, Swizz
Yeah,
Beats
Swizz.
definitely has to get a place on that.
We're gonna talk
Like,
about the new album too. But so
Yeah.
is that 5? Or-
No, that's 4, and
I was thinking if Swiss was gonna be my 5th, but I think I
I'm gonna
might
to
have
put
somebody
Just
else.
Blaze.
That's a good one.
that's
Just
a good
Blaze
one.
might be my
Just
5th.
Blaze.
Ninth Wonder and Just Blaze.
He might be my. He might
That's
be my
why it makes
5th.
me so hard because Ninth.
You don't
Wonder-
have Kanye's on yours? You bugging.
No, I like honestly, I love Kanye's production, but I feel like when I think of the ones that just stand out, like the one thing that always lacked from Kanye's production that didn't was the drums. Like his drums never really sounded like as perfect, especially when you hear drums on Timbo.
But he's even
and,
said that. But nobody can fuck with Timbo drums.
But that's why like then it's like when I think about Ninth Wonder create like the last Ninth Wonder track that I really remember that I love so much, outside of Layla's Wisdom, the Rhapsody album, when he did that Duckworth track for Kendrick. All those are 3 separate hit Ninth Wonder beats that they just ended up blending in together. And how crazy then all of them shit sounded. It's just like that was like
I think my 5th. If I might put my 5th as just to give one like more like golden age dude, might be like a premiere.
That's what I was been thinking. That's one on my list for sure.
Since I got like
most profound drums you hear, and you know what Premier
He
drum.
created. I feel like he captured New York sound.
yeah.
Yeah.
The sound of New York.
And fun fact, you know he's from Houston, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a
That's
crazy.
but
crazy.
he captured New York
Yeah.
sound.
So who's your 5?
For me, no particular order. It would be Premier, Kanye. I gotta put Havoc on there for those Mobb Deep albums, man.
Yeah.
But I put Alchemist. I feel like
Alchemist is on
I
there
do feel
too,
like
though.
Alchemist and
I can't have Alchemist and Havoc on my top 5.
I could, cause man,
they in
I
that
watched.
same vein.
I
That's why I
watched
can't have
this.
him in my
Here's the
top
thing,
5.
though. I watched this dude recreate the Shook Ones beat
Yeah.
in modern times.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
he explained how you would have had to done it back then.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's fucking. You gotta have some musical genius to have done that, cause the original sample don't even sound like that.
I know. You know the hi-hats,
Yeah.
he sampled the Project Stove in Queensbridge.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what that, you know when you just,
Yeah.
that's
My
what,
stove still do that.
yeah.
What was that, like 4 already?
Yeah.
That was like 4 already.
Yeah.
I gotta put
Wait, recap it again. You said Kanye,
Premier, Kanye,
Havoc,
Alchemist.
Do one commercial one. I know you're
Alchemist
underground
is
head.
definitely 6 for me.
Give us one commercial. Give us one That's just 6 man. Give us one commercial. Nah, pick who you want. You don't have to. Because you don't like commercial music as much, right?
Yeah, I'm not big into commercial music.
yeah.
If I'm gonna go underground, I would have to put. There's this nigga named Ant from Atmosphere,
Oh, okay.
from the group Atmosphere.
Oh.
He's a nasty fucking producer, dude. Nasty. And
I
he don't
got-
really produce for that
I
many
mean, if
people.
I got into his stuff, I think was it after?
If you had to pick somebody that was a little bit more commercial, just like you already got your
I like
5.
Timberland shit.
All right, Timberland, okay. You picked your 5 or no?
Yeah, I picked my 5.
Okay. I mean, what was your 5th?
I said my 5th was Just Blaze.
Oh, damn, that's a good one.
Cause
You know what? I
It's
think
hard to
Just
pick a
Blaze. Nah, you know
5-5,
what?
like-
I can't even front. I was gonna say Premier just to sound cool, but Just Blaze is probably my 5th.
Public service now.
I like
He
more.
got
I like more
too,
Just Blaze
right.
beats than I like Premier beats. But that's no diss to Premier.
But Swizz was definitely someone for me.
Swiss is definitely the
Yeah,
top 10 in that
Rough
top 10.
Riders. Yeah, Rough
If we did
Riders.
top 10, Swiss is gonna be in
Yeah,
there.
definitely.
Kanye Alchemist makes my top 10.
Who else are we forgetting? I feel like we'll listen like just as honorable mention type
Boy
shit now.
Wonder.
I know he's dope. I just is
Who
he?
produced the Tribe albums? Was it Q-Tip?
Oh, Q-Tip is a dope
I'd put
producer.
Q-Tip on there.
That's a good one. Q-Tip, yeah.
That's another generation defining sound right there, and a movement defining sound.
Honestly, all the producers that produced on Nas's first album are dope. Large Professor,
Yeah, Large Professor, Main Source.
No ID? You put
No ID's dope.
Yes,
No
yes,
ID
yes.
is dope. No ID was Kanye's mentor. Who else
What about
do I-
Juju from the
88
Beat
Keys?
Nuts?
Damn,
Yeah,
that was a
somebody-
real. That was a real.
Yeah, you
90s
real-
nigga
that-
fucking reference.
I figured you. That's why I looked at you.
I know you was
figured
like,
you
damn,
had-
nigga.
I didn't even
I'm looking at the nigga like, what you doing to us, nigga? All this shit.
Nah,
I fuck with them.
He
They're
did a
not-
lot of native tongues beats, and
He is.
people didn't know that.
I wouldn't put him on my top list, but he is honorable
I put
mention.
honorable mention.
Pete Rock.
Yeah,
P-Rock,
how you-
P-Rock,
That's
yeah.
definitely my top 10.
You haven't. So this is real hip hop talk. So if you're not really a hip hop head,
Look these
you
names
might
up,
check
man.
out.
That's what YouTube's for.
But check it out. You know what I always thought? And I think you're knowledgeable enough to have an opinion on
I
this.
would hope so.
I always felt, I might get a lot of flack for this. This is my personal opinion. I always felt, you know, like the DJ MC duo.
Yeah.
I always felt Primo was too dope. And no disrespect,
Guru?
this is my opinion. I never thought Guru was that dope, like people think.
I would agree.
I don't get it. Like
I agree.
He has a dope voice, I give him, but I just never thought he was dope.
I think
lyrics.
his-
As a kid, I never thought he was dope.
I feel like there's certain combinations where it works producer.
No, they have
artist-wise.
songs that work.
And I think for him, like the whole.
I feel
What
like
if Primo had a Nas, his own Nas, was in a
It
group
would have
with?
been different.
Yeah, it would have been different. But I feel like Primo though had a sound that just worked with any MC from that time, from that time period. Like Jay-Z sound dope.
Anybody
on
sounds good on Primo.
Everyone
To
sounds.
this day, nigga, if you
If you
a
freestyle on
rapper,
a Premier beat, people are rocking more to that beat than they are to your lyrics.
if you about a rapper that's about lyrics, you just put an album and you could get a Primo beat, you would want
Get your
one.
hands on a Primo.
Even for nostalgia, like I had a
Yeah.
Primo beat. Even if
He said, say, "I
that's
done
not
it."
exactly.
It's
Even
like
if
a
that's-
it's like a lyricist holy grail.
exactly. I
Yeah.
got a Primo beat. So
Yeah.
I don't know, but I think okay, so let's talk about a little bit more we're all over the place. I think, was I on to something?
We said the producers because we really got into like the production
Production
when we
talk.
talked about J. Cole.
But how about more, let's talk about more modern producers.
Mm-hmm.
If you might not even know any because you don't really like a lot
No,
of
what's
this shit.
the
Let's say some new younger producers, newer producers.
I like the Metro Boomin joint.
I like Metro Boomin
Yeah.
as a producer.
Yeah.
You like Metro Boomin?
I like some of it. Yeah, I
You
can
know who
vibe
I
with
like
a lot
as a
of the beat.
producer a lot, and I don't feel people give him credit.
Mike Will?
Tyler.
Tyler's
Yeah,
a dope producer.
Tyler. That
Well,
whole-
he takes a lot of. I feel like his whole
He's a dope
production duo
producer,
took a lot of sounds from like MF Doom and Madlib, but like that.
But it's also like under that.
I like Madlib a lot.
Madlib
Yes.
though.
Well, but I feel like they're the children of that of
Didn't
that
Madlib
music.
do a project with Freddie Gibbs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Madlib, that album's dope.
Madlib
You know they
is
dropping
fire.
the sequel. In
Oh,
next year.
what's that shit called? Pina Colada?
No, Pinata.
Pinata.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Pinata.
Madlib.
Pina Colada.
Well, I mean, Madlib produced one of the most popular underground albums of all time.
Which album is that?
Mad Villain.
Yo, I have to
Yeah,
make a
man,
confession.
Doom.
I have to make a confession. I always state this. Biggie Smalls, me personally, as a young kid, and whenever he dropped in '93, was a big and two people, Snoop and then Biggie.
Right.
Bang, bang. Two major influences on me, but Biggie was like, I related to him. I was a chubby, so I'm like, oh, I'm a cool nigga too. Like, oh yeah, and I'm handsome. That nigga ain't handsome.
Nah, that was an ugly.
But I'm just saying, I knew I was handsome, nigga. Like, so I'm like, it's lit. Like, Cause Biggie had fat niggas lit. Pun too, and then he was the biggest nigga. Like
he had it for fat Spanish niggas. So.
Exactly. He did it twice. So it was lit, nigga. Like
so. You covered on both sides.
But I'm just saying. but Pun, I was a little bit older by the time Pun dropped. I was a more older teenager. I was like ready to die. I'm probably like 12.
What year faded?
That's like 93.
Well, he died in what, 94, 95?
Nah, he died in 97.
97, right?
He died when I was 7.
You know what I mean? So my point is, because Biggie was my Snoop and Biggie, those were like, so Snoop was like 92. So I mean, because those were my like favorite motherfuckers, I had to catch up on a lot of underground shit. No, like underground shit. Because my favorite at the time, like Biggie, you can't get no more. The dope shit about Biggie is that he was as commercial as could be, but he still had that appeal that the underground niggas could fuck with him. But don't get it twisted, he was a commercial artist. Yeah. Like, niggas can say what they want. He was popping more than Nas. Nas was critically acclaimed,
but he was the one that people played on the radio. Like,
he was a superstar.
But here's the thing: this is what I like. He still maintained whether he did a raw track, a raw boom bap punch you in your face track, or he did a commercial track. It was still same level of lyricism.
Yeah. It never slipped. Never slipped.
Never dumbed himself down. Nope. I feel like nowadays, people dumb them. There's a lot of people who are like, they're nice, but you don't know they're nice till you hear a track that's not heard on the radio.
I feel that's one thing with J. Cole, kind of like how we started this part. J. Cole is someone who, like, he doesn't dumb himself down, but he gets his stuff, and he's in an area where he can get played enough. Like, he don't really try to dumb himself down. But I think...
Who, J. Cole?
J. Cole.
No.
He doesn't try to dumb himself down. You still have Kendrick. Kendrick don't try to dumb himself down. They just happen to find the right production to get them into the spheres that they need to get to.
You know who used to dumb themselves down, but it still turned out dope. But one motherfucker that's nice that I could tell you songs he dumbed himself down, Jay-Z.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like,
definitely.
Why is Hard Knock Life so hard? It is. It's hard. But that nigga dumbed himself down. And at that time, he was spitting stupid in 98.
Of course.
But it worked. Like, he had to do that for that to really get that. Like, it was smart enough to knowing that that's what only M was able to do in those days. But being lyrical, it's hard to translate to the masses. Yeah. And that's why it's always usually underground.
When you look at M, like, even when you look at, like...
You know what M, though? M was... My bad.
No, go ahead.
Where M was, it was... I felt like he exposed white America's problems.
Yeah.
Like, he's that skeleton they wanted to keep in the closet. Whereas, like... You know, when
he was the first white boy that wasn't trying to be black. Right. He was saying, "I'm a."
Well, he rapped about white people problems.
But I lived in black places my whole life. Like, don't get it twisted.
He rapped about white people problems. So little white kids who were, you know, depressed, cutting themselves, like they're like, I relate being bullied and picked on, like how he describes.
Yeah.
So I felt like he just came with that raw. I'm just gonna say the most wildest shit that comes out of my mouth, and at the time, no one was doing that. But on the commercial level. And then he met Drake.
But that's to what Rob said when he's like, it was commercial and he dumbed himself just enough, but it wasn't really a sacrifice. Exactly. It was like he was still delivering at this crazy speed.
We're talking about Jay right now?
No, M.
M, okay.
Well, I said the music, the production was just commercial enough where it was like, it's gonna pop.
M hasn't dumbed himself down, but M's biggest problem, and I'm a big Eminem fan. I wouldn't say the word dumbed it down, let's figure out something else. But he has done too many stock formula singles.
Yes.
And he's been doing that since cause my shit was you know what was the corny shit? Remember that shit? You're a rock star.
We made you.
That
shit was
so
garbage.
Horrible.
It was so trash.
That was garbage. That was depressing when I saw that.
But I felt, you know, for me, the way I looked at it at that time, I'm like, you're just getting back in the game. You just kicked some addiction. Like, you gotta get your bearings back. And the only way you're gonna get your bearings back is when people... I feel like he only responds well when he's criticized.
Yeah.
Because he knows how to react to that shit.
This is gonna sound fucked up, but this is Rob's mind. Fuck y'all. There's nothing sexier than dying fucking young at the top of your shit. Because then you don't get to see... You never got to see Pac and Biggie look corny like, ew! Nigga, M had ill moments like, ew!
Here's a question for y'all, because I've asked this before to my peoples. If Big and Pac never died, you think they still be relevant today? Or you think they would have became those dudes? If you think they would have became those dudes?
They was already relevant when they was alive.
Nah, but here, hold up. How much of their impact has to do, though, because they died? Had they faded into obscurity at some point in time? Like,
See,
the way Jay-Z is still relevant to today,
Yes.
you think they would still
Yes.
hold that relevance?
I question
More.
that.
I say no.
I'm not-
I say maybe Biggie, but I think Pac would have been that guy who phased out into acting already. He'd be more.
But,
of an
but that's
actor
not
by now.
phasing out. You talking about just music?
I'm talking music-wise.
Music.
Okay, well, yeah, I agree with that.
I think
To where people would be like,
I thought you meant phase out where you
like
don't
Biggie's
care about
dope.
him.
No, like Biggie's dope, but that's that old sound.
Nigga, Pac might have been an activist, one of the best activists, as he was 25. How about Pac at 35? Pac at
that's what I'm saying.
45.
Pac would have. I think at this point.
But
at
then again,
35,
had they still
Pac-
lived, who knows
Pac
how many
would've
people
came
would have
out of
blown up
music.
after that. I don't know who would Jay-Z would have became Jay-Z.
But that's another story.
You know what I'm
No,
saying?
he might not have been the same Jay-Z
Exactly.
if they were alive. But listen, real quick. Yes, Biggie and Pac would have still been, at bare minimum, legends.
No, they would have been legends for sure.
Legends, no problem. But I feel like
Yeah,
Pac
anytime you
would've-
die, you're bigger. Yes.
But iconic, I don't think so.
I think
As
Pac
iconic,
would've-
because I think the iconicness comes with the death.
Definitely, I think Pac would have been phased out of his music. By
I think he'd have been more of an actor and activist.
I agree.
Activist. So I don't think
Like how
musically-
Luda just phased out into
Right.
more of an actor.
So I don't think
Luda
don't
phased
know.
out. I think people phased Luda out.
Yeah.
Let's talk about. That's what I mean. That's when I said that comment. Even though I'm joking about it's nothing better. Just you get that allure. Nothing's gonna sound sexy like Jimi Hendrix, cause it's like all you knew him was the top of his shit, and that's all you know.
Yeah.
Look at Ludacris. It's like it's
You don't get to
almost
see
like,
them fall off. Well, because they know how to walk.
Yeah.
It's that walking away. But then I think those who stay, that's the ones who honestly, that's what they love to do. Like
But you
that.
know, I call it the Rick
Like I feel
Flair.
like with he's an MC. It's like you ask him to stop doing that. It's like, yo, but this is what this is.
So
what
why
I
did he
fucking
fall
do.
off? He's not making good music.
I
Good
think
songs.
I think it's also just a generational thing. I think
No, but the people from a generation are saying they don't like it too. Right?
some.
some.
But you know what it is? I feel like
But I feel like I just as many rappers I heard who are like, I don't really like this new joint.
Right.
I feel like a lot of people shit. The last joint, Revival, like I was a sound I was like, damn, this is not what I wanted to hear.
yeah.
When I saw Revival, I'm like, this might be. I expected
Oh,
the
Revival was horrible.
When I first just saw the title, I thought, oh, this is that Eminem that's gonna just lyrically rape motherfuckers.
Oh, because you saw a revival. You know what I want? I always said this. I wish I could just know these people and make this happen. I want to hear Eminem and Alchemist full project.
That'd
Just
be
do that.
I lose my goddamn mind.
That-
But like, why don't
Yeah.
people just make that happen? Like, come, Alchemist, go in the studio and do an album. Do
Somebody
that the way
got-
you want to rap.
I mean, I've always wanted to hear M with Tech Nine, and it finally happened. And it was
Back
it was
together.
something where they knew each other, and they've listened and been fans of each other's work for a while. It was just a matter of finding the time to bring it all.
But that's
together.
a feature, and that's dope. But I'm talking about a producer that can
Producer.
carry an album for M. Like Eminem, just rap the way you want to rap. Do what you want. Let Alchemist handle all the music. All the sonic sound
I think
beats.
he has to
Let
learn-
Alchemist is in charge of that. You just rap to it and give him the verses.
Because you know
and
what? We
let
got to
him
put it in the
mix it
same
and edit.
vein as us as painters. So it's like, we have to be inspired to do
Well,
that
I
shit
think
that
it's
way.
also too because I know like with M, you got to go to him to record and do shit. Because
They
I
can get
heard,
inspired.
I heard that when he did the track with Kendrick, he kicked all of Kendrick's
Yeah.
entourage out the studio because he wanted to make sure this nigga does his own shit. And then he saw like he did his own shit, and then he was like, "Fuck it." They went and they went.
What you saying? He didn't think that Kendrick wrote
No,
his own
like
shit?
just to see like we're
Agreed.
kicking your entourage out because this is just creativity mode. Like, no
I don't
one
believe it
supposed-
should be entourages around.
I do. I don't
No.
think so either.
I don't really like that entourage. Like,
But that was like early Kendrick. I don't even know if Kendrick even move around like that.
who the fuck Kendrick had with him? Schoolboy Q with him niggas?
Probably like Top Dog and all them.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, I
But-
can see Eminem not wanting
Yeah.
6 of them motherfuckers just sitting around while he's trying to.
But I think the thing with people, I think if we looked at like kind of bounce off the question of Big, I think Big would have been like the first Snoop. Like how Snoop kind of is still relevant in the
Yes,
culture.
he would have
Yeah.
been like cool Big.
He would have
Yeah.
been like the
Yeah.
cool Uncle Big.
No, you know what
like-
Big would have did? Big would have had his own label. He would have signed his own artist. Remember,
Well, that's what I'm saying. To say those two were still alive, I feel like
Big discovered
it's
Cam
such-
technically.
It's such a shift. It would have been them still being alive would throw hip hop in a
You
whole nother
can't compare
course.
iconicness to people that are dead. They'll always be bigger icons.
No, I mean like as far as those who
landscape
became
would've been
famous, like Big still being alive, I think would set hip hop on a whole nother course because certain artists would not have blown up.
Would we
And here's the
just
scary
say-
part. Or maybe motherfuckers would have fell off. Maybe Big, we
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah,
I mean,
I think in nowadays, I think there definitely would have been a disconnect.
doesn't
in
everybody
sound.
fall off?
Yeah,
Everyone.
everybody.
Who hasn't? You know who hasn't fallen off? This is a good segue. You know who's got? I think I mentioned this on the podcast. You know who's gotten better, or maybe we just spoke about this.
You might have.
One rapper, for whatever reason, however it's being done, who has gotten better is Jim Jones. He's actually
We definitely
better
did
right
talk
now.
about this.
He's
Yeah.
was that
We
on the
did say it
podcast? Oh, it was just private.
No,
Oh.
we did with Santana when we were talking about this.
So look, if you compare from whatever year you want to say, as early as he rapped,
early
compared to now.
Certified Gangster.
Okay, but he rapped before that, but whatever. But let's go from then. Compare that to now. His first album to now, he has improved.
Yeah.
I haven't heard anything new from him, so.
So Dipset is dropping an album on Thanksgiving, by the way. You can't nothing, nothing. You got nothing. Why you laugh? Wait, what are you laughing about, Christy?
I didn't say nothing.
I thought you had more to say.
I was telling them.
I was waiting for you to finish.
I wanted to hear y'all fucking thoughts. Dipset dropping an album. Y'all
you know
don't
what
give
it
a fuck.
is? It's like-
I got a
It's all
Hollow and
the
a Queens
original
nigga
dudes?
here and a
It's
Bronx
all
girl.
the original niggas on it?
Not from
Yeah.
Harlem, I'm from Brooklyn.
No, I'm sorry. I got a Brooklyn and a Queens nigga here and a Bronx girl.
Well, I think
And I'm
they were the sound of my like high school
But are you
generation.
excited that they're dropping the album? Tell the
know.
truth.
I'm
I am.
curious because I don't know if it's gonna have
You're
the same
curious?
chemistry and the same.
I'm saying, I'm like,
We can't
It's not-
play.
it's not-
I'm gonna play out. They dropped a new video. I'm gonna play the video when we cut.
Right.
Here's the sad thing, man, because we gotta be real in this shit. I fuck with Dipset. They don't. I can't wait till the album comes. But right now, well, I'm gonna show you the video. Jim is just the fucking grooviest, the waviest. He's the best.
I think that comes with age.
He got the sauce, nigga. What happened?
But Duaz ain't got no fucking teeth. Have you ever seen the nigga mouth? He got all the back of his shit's going. That nigga
I don't know
got
what's
no
going on,
teeth.
man. Yo, read the y'all niggas read comments when y'all look at YouTube
Yes,
clips?
I be watching
These
them. I
niggas
be
be
laughing.
nuts. Yo,
Yo.
they was killing that nigga in
Cause
there.
it's crazy, cause you like Jim Jones. I think aged out of all Dipset, he aged the best. He like his with the graceful.
But you know what's weird about Jim Jones? He looked old when they were young.
That's the
Yeah,
thing.
he always look
always
older
looks
than
like an
everybody.
old nigga.
He
He
just-
always look like
He just got
No,
consistent.
what it is though, I feel like some of those artists though, they're better now because I feel like they're older now, so they don't have to. They ain't got shit.
Cam's
To,
not better now.
no, I'm saying certain ones who,
No, but how you said Jim?
like you said, Jim. I feel like it's
Yeah.
because they're at a point where they don't got ain't like who I gotta impress and prove to anyone. So I could just like, and then they take, you're older, so a lot of the bullshit is done with. So now you're just taking your craft more seriously.
Yeah,
I think
definitely in that who I got impressed now.
Yeah, but you can't been at that since computers putin'.
Yeah, pretty much.
But I think with Jim, to be honest with you, it's not even that. For him specifically, I think is that and he would even say this. I think is that in the beginning, he never was good. He was a good soldier. His man got on.
true.
He had opportunity to get in the game. He knew he wasn't. At the end of the day, it's known that Santana was writing a lot of this shit for him and some of that. I mean, this is known things. They said.
And this happens in many groups.
But he
so.
got. But the thing is, I don't give a fuck. Even if somebody's writing it, who gives a fuck? Whatever's happening.
Delivery is always important.
I'm gonna
too.
play out a video. It's just his last album. Actually, I want to go back to his last album because I did like it. Because it might be up for debate of one of the other hot. A lot of good. Let's talk about albums, man. A lot of good albums came out in 2018. A lot of good albums came out in 2018. It might be the best year in a while for albums.
I think it was most well-rounded.
It was a
this is
lot
like
of
the
albums.
most well-rounded.
And you haven't listened to any of them, but we got to catch you up on
Why
some.
not?
No,
We got to catch you up on some
I
albums.
would say albums of 2018. The most surprising album is the Jim Jones album.
That's not. Stop it. You
No,
that's
'cause
not.
I
He don't
hate-
want-
no,
he
you
doesn't
gotta
believe that.
understand. No,
What do you mean?
you know
Oh, you
what?
didn't think it was gonna be that good?
No, I hated Jim Jones. I don't.
What?
about
Why?
Dipset? I never like me and my friend just got into a conversation about this. I told him like at
You didn't fuck with him since Balling It Up?
I started fucking with him with Hustler's Poem. I started fucking with
Hustler's
him then.
Poem was the shit with Max B.
Exactly.
You a Max B fan?
I'm a Max
I'm
B
a big
fan.
Max B fan.
So-
You like Max B? You don't have a clue. You missed the Max B wave?
God
You
damn.
missed the wave.
No, I've heard some shit, but at that point, I was just
You
wasn't
really
my
fucking
sound I was
with
trying to fuck with.
But I didn't fuck with Jim. I didn't really fuck with Dipset like that.
What?
I just never really
Yo,
got
but
connected.
man, you had to kick this nigga out of here, man.
But like I told my friend,
Who gonna
like,
fuck with Dipset?
no, I said at that point when I was that
Where's
age,
Lulu? Get him.
when I was she's asleep.
But
But at that point, like I really didn't get into Dipset until like Purple Haze, until like What the Game's Been
That's
Missing.
one of my favorite beats.
And Bird Gang,
I mean,
and
those-
the Bird Gang album. That's the three things that got me into Dipset. So I never really liked Jim. I never went.
You never listen to SDE?
I listened to SDE, but I just listened to SDE. The only thing I knew was who you what mean the world to you. That's the only thing.
But
I
there was
really
on a
knew
couple
was
of other joints in there. But I mean,
But
alright.
I never really got into.
But
them
I meant
too.
you didn't fuck with that Diplomatic Immunity, the first album.
I never.
You didn't fuck
I
with.
didn't listen to it.
You didn't
until
fuck with
afterwards.
You didn't fuck with. I really mean it. And all
I
that
didn't
shit.
fuck with it until like I got like
Late?
I was 18.
But how old was it when it
That's
came out?
I was like, well.
No, you wasn't.
What, no,
You
13.
dragging it. This
13.
nigga be
No,
dragging.
I had to be like 13.
Nah, you might have
I was
been.
in
You
high
might have
school
been.
when their whole wave hit.
Yeah.
So I was 15, 16 when the whole
So I had
Dipset
to be
wave
like
hit.
12, 13.
I think y'all dragging a little bit.
No,
what was
when they were
Vicente years?
buzzing-
Like, right, it was early
2000.
2000.
Yeah,
Yeah.
early 2000. Yeah,
It was
so
early
I was
2000.
around at least 12, 13.
Then they were really buzzing once I was like 18, 19. That's when they were like at the top of their game.
So I didn't even
Because
mention,
when I was in
like,
high
Friday
school was
shit,
more
like-
of the Shady Aftermath wave.
So you're not looking
50,
for...
50 and Junior had the
So
game
at
on
first,
lock at that point.
I never listened to it, but I seen somebody tell you. My brother had told me, he was like, "Yo, this Jim Jones joint's hot." And I'm like,
What, Hustler's Poem?
Yeah, no. This
Oh, the
is
new
recent,
shit.
new
Okay,
shit.
okay.
And I'm like,
Because you wasn't even checking for it.
no. And I would listen to it. I was like, this shit's pretty dope.
Yeah.
So that to me would be my favorite album is
I know, Denzel Curry, you said.
Denzel Curry, but the more I sit with it, and I probably never said, for me personally, well, you call me emo and shit, which is true, but Swimming sits more with me as a
By
person.
Mac Miller?
Because he talks a lot about like the mental health aspects of stuff, like forgiving yourself for stuff and all this stuff. And it's like the more it sits with me throughout this year, the more important it is to me. But Denzel Curry album is my favorite. That and Pusha T. That and Pusha T is 1A, 1B.
There's a lot of albums I haven't listened to.
You need to catch up on some albums.
Because you know what it is? A lot of times I tell myself, yo, I'm going to listen to it. But lately I just been listening. I got like drained with music. So I'm like, I just been listening to podcasts in the morning, go to work.
I got you.
And then I just drip in music when I
you
can.
know
There's a
what
lot
you
of stuff I have it. I just haven't listened to it. I got it because I'm like, I'm going to listen to this someday. But I
So
haven't
you should
touched
listen
it
to
yet.
Action Bronson's new album, the album
Yeah, that
with
just dropped,
Currency
though.
and Freddie Gibbs. You should listen to that.
What Alchemist that?
But listen, Swiss Beats album is dope.
Yep.
Because he has a lot of dope features. Little Wayne's
Like
on
I only
there.
got the Denzel Curry shit because I was watching the Jaren Benson video and that was the next one up and I just let it rock and I was paying attention to it was the Kurt Cobain track.
Oh, Cloud Cobain?
Yeah,
That's
and I was
what's up.
like, at first glance, you're like, it's another one of these drug user rappers. But then when I like gave it a listen more, because I just thought the video looked pretty twisted. I'm like, he's parodying all that shit.
Yeah. And when you
And the whole video, he's parodying all that shit. And I was like, oh, that's different from everything else that's coming out. And I like different. I like when it's like deviating from all that. Like there's this white rapper I listen to called Sadistic. And he has trap beats, but he spits more emo shit on the trap beats. And he keeps it very dark and stuff. And I'm like, that's ill.
He's
That
gonna
he
be
can-
naming mad rappers you never heard of and shit.
Yeah.
I gotta
but-
look into that Sadistic.
I got hoes. Yo, it's dope.
I'm gonna check that out.
You just
So-
gotta be a little open-minded because it is a lot. Some of it is different, some of it's not. They just don't have that commercial appeal yet.
Right.
So real quick, before we wrap up, we got into a segment with Kyrie that was really near and dear to my heart. And since you're from a similar era, I would like to know, sir, what was your favorite school lunch item back in the day?
Ooh,
Like, what days had you hype?
the little chicken patties. The
Oh, he
chicken
like,
patties?
you know,
Oh,
like,
he
we
was
didn't
a
even mention
chicken
that.
patty.
Me and Christy really loved. That's why we knew we
And
were
the
meant
beef
together.
patties.
Me and Christy really loved the fish and cheese.
Oh, that's the worst day for me, man.
Hey, everybody hates that.
That's when I got a cold cut
Exactly.
sandwich, man.
Christy, wake up. Everybody hates fish and
Yeah,
cheese.
that's nasty. School
Why?
lunch,
She hates fish and cheese too.
That's not even real fish.
Nah, I'm straight.
We're the only two people that like fish
Hamburger
and cheese.
beef patty day. I'm good.
So you like the chicken patty? Chicken patty day was good.
Patties, chicken
Chicken patty
patties.
day was good.
There was no cheese with that though, right? That was just the patty.
There was no
You
just
put
the patty with
ketchup.
ketchup. That was good. I like
See, my ass
ravioli
always
day,
envisioned
too.
that cheese would be dope.
Ravioli day was cool too.
I forgot about
Ravioli
ravioli.
day, man.
You know what's crazy? I didn't fuck with ravioli day.
What?
We used together.
What else did they used to make? Remember the lasagna? It was kind of whack,
The
right?
shell lasagna.
The shell lasagna.
That was it could be kind of dry sometimes.
I had one bad
All the
experience.
raviolis here were good.
We didn't mention that.
What
That
about
was
the
good.
round
That was a good
pizzas?
one.
We talked about that.
talked about
Now we
that.
said
The
no. We
thick-ass
got, but now we mentioned we said if you more of a new jack, you only know the round joints. If you a little more old school, you remember the Italian bread.
Yeah.
You open up to know.
Yes, I do. I had both.
Exactly. Yeah.
I didn't experience pizza slices.
The round joint was better though.
I like the round
Yeah.
joint
With the
better.
pepperonis
Yeah.
was the shit.
That was
Fat
shit.
cut pepperoni.
And you would get them with pepperonis or without, right?
Yeah.
Yes. 'Cause I used to eat the cheese more. I didn't.
And I used to like the fried chicken. Like I'm not I like the fried chicken day.
Yeah, we spoke about that. Fried chicken was gross.
Oh man.
That shit was gross.
Fish and cheese was good.
No. Fish and cheese was better than the fried chicken, right?
I didn't fuck with either.
But if you had to, if you had to pick one,
I'll probably pick fish and cheese.
that fried chicken was gross, nigga.
Yeah.
That shit was boiled.
That shit had that KFC skin.
That shit was boiled and refried.
Nah.
Wait, what else did they have that we might be forgetting? Oh, you remember the breakfast, right?
Yeah.
Because Kyrie, he acted like he didn't know what the fuck we. You remember it was the banana nut joints and the
Yes.
And we're not pausing it this time. We did that the last episode.
We did that last time.
But,
Yeah.
The donuts.
and the donuts, right?
The donuts. Yes.
Exactly. All right.
The donuts were the
Right,
best.
they had the,
The best.
orange donut. It was like an orange.
Yeah, orange flavor to it.
But they had to be warm.
I used to tax like 3 from the fucking lunch lady when she turned
Exactly.
around. Or I used to get cool with them and they would hook me up and let me take.
How old were you when you was still eating lunch late? I ate school lunch through high school.
Through high school?
Yeah. Okay.
Through high
How
school.
about you? Nigga,
I
what?
started-
You little ass nigga.
No, my
you was
mom-
going out to get slices.
No, my mom.
You were that
used to
nigga
make
that
me
bring
lunch.
lunch from home.
My mom made me lunch.
You were that nigga that
This nigga used to
lunch
bring
from home.
curry goat
I
to
hated
school.
niggas like
He used to bring curry goat and rice.
yeah,
Rice and
it was
peas.
like a whole cooked meal, like fucking heated up.
Funny thing is,
And everybody else
it
eating
stopped
garbage
in, like,
lunch.
junior high school because of the last junior high school I went to. I had to transfer from one, and the one I went to, they just like no, they didn't allow us to bring lunch in.
Oh, okay.
So that's when I started eating.
Smelling up the lunchroom and shit.
I remember when I was in high school, when I
Still on
was
those
in
spices,
elementary
nigga.
school. No,
fucking spices.
but I never forget when I was in elementary school. There used to be this chick that used to get like fast food brought to her from her mom's at lunchtime. So she would have like McDonald's when everyone was eating like fucking lunch food. I used to be mad fucking hateful. Like, I hope you fucking drop your burger.
But the
man.
fucked up shit about with me in high school, we were old enough that we ate it, but we also made jokes about it and joked at niggas that did it. We used to be like, school lunch! Like, we're on the line and shit. But I think at my school, they did let us go out and shit, but at the end of the day, niggas fuck, that school
Y'all know-
lunch was good,
You know what's
nigga.
crazy is like, because my girl's from Texas. So when we talking about high school, like I would
She
like,
don't know that same, right?
She don't know. She's like the whole aspect of being able to leave for lunch, student parking lots and shit. I'm like, yo, I don't know nothing about that in high school here
Yeah.
in New York City.
Nah,
Like,
we
ain't
don't
nothing
know
like
that.
that.
They might not get our asses back.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm here. I ain't coming back if I'm leaving the school. I'm out. I'm out.
So yeah, I like that segment. We're gonna keep that school lunch thing. I like to hear what people think.
That's
yo.
like, that was a good segment.
But yo, before we about to actually get out of here, but I just want you to for everybody, could you give them your Instagram again and just
It's
if
at-
you have any final words you want to share, this is your time. You can do that right now.
Instagram is at BigV887. And final words is just get your artwork out there. Don't be like me. Like, I hermited my work for a long time, and
Yeah.
it wasn't until I met like my boy John, got with Yvette, and
Yeah.
he put my work on.
Shout out Yvette
Shout out
and
to
John.
Yvette.
Yeah, shout out. And that's what like got me to bring my work out there.
Yeah.
And then y'all, you know, the environment you and Christy created is a very constructive environment.
Yeah.
You know, and
And it
nobody
keeps- it
comes
makes
in
you
with
wanna
an
keep
ego.
creating and shit. It keeps you motivated to keep creating shit.
Like even meeting guys like Tommy and shit, who like I feel like at that level I want to
Yeah.
get to. Like they're not egotistical assholes.
Humble,
like they
yeah.
were humble.
Yeah, that's what it's all about.
Definitely.
That's the thing. Most of the time, in this art shit is the people with the egos and the attitudes, or the. It's fucked up to say. Those be the people with the trash fucking work. 'Cause they don't
Yeah,
even
like
put the
I
work
went
in, they
to
don't put
another. I'm
time
not gonna
into
say
it.
which art show this is because I don't want.
Vicente trying to be messy on there. Like, again,
Don't be doing that. Don't be doing that.
But like I've been
the
there,
people.
and he was telling a story about an artist that was frequents there, and he's like, the artist would walk up to you and be like, "Oh, you know, I'm the greatest artist I ever lived."
Yeah.
And like mad cocky, and I thought right on the house, like, yo, if one of the niggas did that to me, like I'm gonna just call you out on the spot, like, show me your work, let's put that shit to the test.
Exactly.
Let's put your work against mine, homie. Like, come on now.
Let's put your work against
Come with that
everybody's
ego
now.
bullshit. Like,
Yeah.
come on. Like, be humble, and if you at that next level, help the next person coming up.
Exactly. And motherfucker, if you can't even this is fucked up. If you can't even pretend to be humble, that's when you know you're fucking.
Word.
Even if you think you the shit, you should still have a level of
Yeah, humbleness.
Humbleness where you don't have to fully put it out there like that.
You don't
know
get
what I mean?
nothing by like fucking lessening somebody else's candle.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, if you think you're that nice, then put everyone else on.
Word.
Help other people out. Cause Lord knows you didn't get to where you were at by yourself. Someone helped you out.
Exactly.
Word.
So anything? I think we good for this
I
first.
think we good.
This was dope.
So you can follow us on Fantasy and Color NYC, Fantasy and Color Podcast on Instagram, Rob Ayala _ on Instagram.
Life of Deem.
Christy, you want to shout out your Instagram? Cheap plug.
At Art by Christy Ayala.
What we got going on? We got a show in Yonkers coming up, Yo Art,
November 17th.
Yep.
and we got Art Basel coming up.
Yep.
We're gonna
The
be doing
Unplugged
something
show,
at the
December 5th.
at the WeWork, so we'll
I'm
be
gonna have to
talking more
catch
about
one and
that.
jump on the next one.
And we got a lot of good things coming in for the new year. But other
Yes,
than
sir.
that, we gonna catch y'all because I want to show y'all some shit we can't put on the podcast. Nothing crazy like weird porn or nothing. That's what it sounded like. But that's what it sounded like. My bad. That ended weird. All right, we're gonna check y'all next time. One.